everyone. So today I wanted to do a sort of, I guess, demo and like a first impressions, first time use. I've never used it beforehand, and I figured why not do this video, and it's using a beauty sponge. I got this from the dollar store. I posted a picture on Instagram about maybe almost 2 weeks ago about this, and I was pretty shocked that I was able to find something like this at the dollar store. I mean, for a freaking buck, I felt like I had to have this and try it to see if it's any good. So they had a couple different shades. I will show you the packaging and talk more about it later on in the video, but this is supposed to be a sort of, I don't want to say dupe because I don't have the beauty blender, but it's a beauty blender type of sponge. It's got this similar shape, the egg shape. But the only other sponge that I have in order to do like a sort of comparison is between this dollar sponge and the Real Techniques, which this is my second one. I actually really enjoy this one. And this one, if you wet it and kind of wring out the water, it does puff up, but it's really, really soft and kind of squishy. And this one is a little bit firmer. It's not super, super hard, but it is a little bit on the firm side. Now, when I dampen this, as you will see in the video, it does not get any bigger than this. So it remains the same size. It doesn't like puff up as this one does, and as I've seen on videos here on YouTube that the Beauty Blender does. So I did not film where I used the tip of this little point here to do my under eye concealer, but I did that off camera, and I have to say it's not like super soft because I do have the Micro Beauty Blender from Beauty Blender, and it comes in a 2-pack like this for I think 17 bucks at Sephora, and this is what the packaging looks like. So I still have another one, but this is the original Beauty Blender Micro Mini. So it comes like this, 2 little sponges, and I really like this, and it's super, super soft, like the material, which I would assume that the material on these sponges is the same as the full-size Beauty Blender. Really soft, and when you dampen this, it does puff up quite a bit, at least double its size. And it's perfect for under the eye area. So I like that. This one is, like I said, firmer, but it's not like so hard that it's painful. I don't feel like it's like poking me in the eye or anything like that. I just feel like it's not as soft as I would prefer, especially for the under eye area. But what I did was I just re-dampened the tip of it and was able to kind of blend it in. Would I buy another one of these? Probably not. I don't think it's bad. I mean, hello, it's only $1, so it's not like I'm out of a lot of money. I think that it did a good job. I don't think that I have like patches or anything when I blended my foundation out. I think it blended it really nicely, very quickly. Again, it's just about whether or not you prefer something soft like this or the Beauty Blender, or if you don't mind having a bit of a firmer, more spongy texture. Now, I do prefer this over the wedges. Like if you buy like the makeup sponges in packs, I never really like those. Never really like the round one that looks more of like a disc type shape that still has that sort of like makeup spongy type of texture. I've never really liked that, so I prefer this over that. So overall, I think for $1, it's not bad. It's not the best thing to do or use. You could get similar results by using your fingers or your hands. You could get the same results from other brushes. I don't feel like this is like something you have to purchase, but you might want to just give it a try. If you see it at the dollar store whenever you're there, I always browse the makeup. I mean, hello, I'm like a makeup junkie. So of course, when I go to the dollar store, I'm going to see what they've got, because I've gotten some actual brand name things there. So I think that it's definitely worth a try. It might be something that you enjoy. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the demo. So here's what the packaging looks like. This is the brand Sassy and Chic. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to take it out. I haven't used it yet, so obviously, but for $1, I could not resist. So this is what it looks like. Just by touching it, it is a little bit more firm in comparison to the one from Real Techniques. So this is Real Techniques here, has like a flat side and it has a bit of a point. This one is more of like an egg shape. Think of like the Beauty Blender. This one is a little bit firmer. This one is a little softer. I feel like the material on the Real Techniques is just much more soft and like squishy. This is a little bit harder and more firm, so I'm excited to see how this is going to work. So I'm going to go dampen this, and then we're going to get started with the foundation. Alright, so I've dampened the sponge, and all you have to do with these types of sponges is put them under some water and just wring out the water. What I like to do is take a tissue and kind of wrap it around and squeeze it to make sure that it's not super wet. I find that if it's too wet, it just doesn't really work well. So it's still the same firmness. It hasn't changed. It hasn't gotten any softer, and I don't think From what it looked like before, I don't think that it's actually expanded. So I'm going to use two foundations. The L'Oreal Pro Matte in the shade number 103 Natural Buff, which I do have a review on. I will link that video down below. And I'm also going to try the Rimmel Stay Matte in True Ivory number 103. I figured why not try them because I can't decide which one to wear. Dot all over the face. And I'm working in sections because I'm using that Pro Matte, which sets pretty quickly. And then I'm going to come in with the sponge and I'm just going to kind of like push this into the skin. As I'm blending, this still has that firmness. It's not as soft as I'd like it to. I don't think it's absorbing a lot of product, which is nice, but I mean, it does blend the foundation in quite nicely. I think it's, for the price being $1, it's not bad. It's not my favorite. I would still say that I get a better finish and just an easier, much quicker blend with the Real Techniques sponge. And as I look a little closer into the mirror, I don't have like any sort of unevenness. I think that it does help. I'm glad that I dampened it. I feel like if it was still kind of dry, I don't feel like it would have worked. I just like using the dampened sponge. And it's not bad using this foundation, the Pro Matte, with the sponge mixed with the Stay Matte from Rimmel. As I mentioned in the review for this one, I don't really like the way this looks when I use my Real Techniques sponge, but mixing these two foundations and using this one, it looks a little bit different, maybe because it's firmer and it's harder, but I do think that I mean, it's not bad, honestly. For just $1, I mean, it's not as soft as you probably want it to be. If you have a beauty blender, you're gonna probably think that this is not even worth your money. It's only a freaking $1, so it can't be that great. But it's not bad, you know. I think this is better than those makeup sponge, those wedges. I do think that it's much better than that. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to finish my makeup and then I'll meet you back. So I hope that that demo kind of helped you out to see how this $1 sponge blends in the makeup. Over the two, I definitely still prefer my Real Techniques because it's softer. I feel like, you know, it definitely is a little bit better onto the skin as far as not pulling and tugging. It's not really bad, this purple one, but if this one ended up like breaking and getting all messed up and I still have this, I will still use it. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to throw this away. I will still use it. It's not like, it's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing, but I'm really actually quite impressed for $1. I'm glad that I'm okay with using it and I feel like it's fine to use for, I would rather use this than my hands, honestly, because I don't like using my fingers too much unless it's like a CC cream that I'm blending in or moisturizer. But I do like this and it's not bad. So if you've tried it, or if you watch this video and then you go and see if you can find it at your local Dollar Tree and you like it, or you don't, whatever your feedback is, please come back and leave me a comment. I would like to know if you guys enjoy it, if you've tried it, or if you have any sort of like beauty blender dupes that you want to share with me. I would love to hear from you. I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up the video if you liked it, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.